Uh, it's starting to get crazy hot in here. 77 degrees, summer's coming. But I won't be putting my AC in this because we'll get to that sometime. But look how messy my apartment is. Like, I've been busy, boy. All right, let's get into the video. So what you just saw, I didn't record all of it. Well, it lasted for like three and a half hours. It's crazy because I'm trying to work and get shit done and be on the phone with all this stuff that I have to do. This happened, today's Friday now. This happened 2 days ago on Wednesday. But yeah, so it started happening so this is a separate neighbor than the one over here. This is the actual house next door. And that house was abandoned forever. And then the guy down the street runs a construction company that totally redid that house and everything. Sorry, I have to leave in like 10-15 minutes. I have to call a taxi. I should probably call them now, actually. Okay, well, it only takes 10 minutes to have a taxi here now. Usually it's like 30 minutes. Oh, this video not going how I want it. So, it's like I don't have dedicated time to focus on. I need to focus on the past to make this video, and my life is currently living in the future. Or currently living in the present and yeah, the future. So what happened was that started at 3 o'clock or 3:30 p.m. And I called the police at 4 o'clock. The police officer came and just drove by their house saying like didn't stop or anything. Like the car continued moving. He's like, hey, can you please keep it down? Like just being all timid and like there's no repercussions for breaking the law. So then like the cop didn't even get 3 houses past and they just cranked the music up even louder. And the cop didn't turn around, didn't do anything. So then I call the police again and I'm like, they're playing the music loud still and the cop was just here like a couple seconds ago. So she's like, all right, we'll have another cop come over. So I wait like an hour and no cop comes over. So then I call the police again and I'm like, what's going on? No police officers here. She's like, oh, well, we were busy. We'll get the cop over. Like we didn't have a cop open, but we just had one pop up, so we'll send him over now. I'm like, so then a half an hour passes from that and I call again, my 4th time calling into the police. And she's like, or this time a guy picked up, a different dispatcher picked up, and he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like they're not breaking any laws. Like they're not breaking the noise ordinance. The noise ordinance doesn't start until 10 p.m. And I'm like, what? That's not true. Like I know the Scranton noise ordinance. It's not like you're not free to blast music that like and throw basically a block party because there was 15 people there. You're not allowed to do that and it's breaking the law. And I'm like, why do I have to argue what the law is to the police? Like, it's like if I don't have knowledge of the law to argue back to the people who are the ones who are enforcing the law and need to know it to protect us. Crazy stuff. But so then I write a message on Facebook to the police chief. I write a message to the 3 Facebook accounts to the mayor, and write a message to the police profile, just saying like, I'll show you guys what I read so that I get it right. So I wrote, like, my neighbors are blasting music for the past 3 hours from their car. I've called the police multiple times and they never showed up. Last time I called, I was told the Scranton noise ordinance doesn't start until 10 p.m., so they can't do anything about it. I explained that's not true, that there is no time frame, but was ignored. What's going on? And then I posted a link with the Scranton noise ordinance and the actual title or article section from it. Like, it's ridiculous. So that went on for 3 hours, and like Then while the music's blasting and everything, I get a text message from my real estate agent, and my real estate agent tells me that my offer on a house was accepted. So I'm not going to tell you guys where this house is or show you guys pictures or anything. It's not the ones in West Virginia that I showed you. And I'm not just saying that to like throw you off the trail on where I'm living or anything. It's not the West Virginia one. I don't remember if I explained. Yeah, I explained it in the end of the video. But what happened with the West Virginia one, he wanted way too much money and didn't want to go down on price. My offer was already 10, 15 grand more than what that house was worth. And he didn't want to do an appraisal or anything. So anyway, I looked at a house. So then because I was like exhausted all my options in West Virginia, there wasn't really a house. I wanted a house with a pool so I could get some dogs and swim with dogs. So there wasn't any options for that in West Virginia left. So then I started looking in different states. There was one house in another state that I liked, but it was a bit too expensive, I think, for me. But the main reason that I didn't choose that house was because, I'm sorry, I'm like kind of distracted because I'm looking out, waiting for a cab to come. The house that I was looking at in a different state, it went up listed. So like day one, it goes up listed. I call about it and try to get more information about it and the disclosure paperwork and HOA agreements and all this stuff. But the owner was only accepting offers until Monday, or they were accepting offers on Monday, which was the next day. So what happened with that, I didn't have enough time to research the house and ask all my questions, and the house went up on a weekend. So I didn't have enough time to ask my questions and get enough information about the house to make an offer. And then the very next day after offers were accepted or taken, an offer was accepted, and now the house is pending sale. So with this next house, the house that my offer was accepted on, this house came up on day one, and day one, like not even 24 hours in, I had my offer in. I don't really know that much about the place that I'm moving to or about the state. I know like a little bit more now because I've been heavily researching after I made this decision, but at the time, and I do know like some because it was one of the states that I was also looking into. It was another one on my list of states that I was looking into. So yeah, I ended up getting as much information as possible and was working with the real estate agent and everything like that. And she was telling me, she's like, well, there was like the house was being shown today. Like she was telling me when she went to look at the house with me, and we looked at it on a Zoom call, and there were already people looking at the house while she was there waiting. So she had to wait outside for them to leave so she could show the house to me. So there were people already waiting in line to put offers in on the house. So then she was telling me that there were 4 offers put in on the house. And also she was saying that the owner is going over the offers tonight. So, and this isn't stuff she was saying just to like force me to trick me into putting in an offer and giving like a sense of urgency to me or anything like that. It actually is like the truth, because the way that it happened, it's not like she was telling me this all at once. It happened throughout the span of the day and all that. Like I definitely believe her that it's true. So once she tells me, it's like 6 o'clock or something, that she tells me that the house is that there's people putting offers on the house, and he's trying to look at them and make a decision by tonight or whatever, or he was looking at them tonight and making a decision the next day. So I had to rush to get my offer in. So we rushed to do that. And I think at like 7:30 or something, we got my offer in. I didn't even read the contract. I told her like the terms that I wanted or whatever, and she wrote up everything. And I didn't. Then she sent it over to me to sign, but I didn't have time to read like the whole. I think it's like 28-page contract or something. So I just signed it without looking at it. So there's that. So inspection is Monday. Today is Friday. Inspection's Monday. I have to get a wire transfer in because I agreed to do a 15,000. Well, it was. It's not that I agreed. I'm the one who came up with this term, but I said I would put a $15,000 refundable deposit on the house. Sometimes buyers will put in a non-refundable deposit. This to make the house to make your offer more attractive. This way, like if there's multiple offers for a house, if you go and say, oh, here's a $2,000 non-refundable deposit if you accept my offer, well, the seller is going to accept your offer because no matter what, they're going to get $2,000 out of it just for accepting your offer. And it's a way so that people don't just put a ton of offers on a bunch of different houses, and then the seller has to take them off the market because they already accepted an offer. So it's a way of protecting the seller, whatever, and making things all work out so that you don't have just like, if there wasn't that, then I can just put an offer on every house in Florida with no repercussions for me because I'm not like, I can put an offer on every single house in Florida and not with no intention of purchasing them, with no repercussions to me for making all these offers with no intention of following through with them. So I'm having all these problems with my bank for making the wire transfer, but luckily they fit me in at 10 o'clock today, but not really 10 o'clock because they already have an appointment at 10 o'clock. So they're fitting me in just before. My car's in the shop getting suspension work done. And then here's my taxi now, so I gotta go.